We live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, the center of Chabad Lubavitch, an international group of Hasidic Jews. I am on the precipice of my bat mitzvah. On my 12th birthday, I'm going to become a grown woman. Any sins I commit are now my responsibility instead of my parents'. My best friend Ita has started talking to boys in secret. This means I have started talking to boys in secret. Sin number one that I have to take responsibility for. I go to an all-girls yeshiva. Every day I'm taught that I need to be happy and do mitzvahs so that I can make Hashem and the Rebbe and my parents proud, and most importantly, bring Mashiach now. I'm allowed to feel sad, but only when it's appropriate, like waiting for Mashiach on a fast day and yahrzeits of our fallen Rebbes. I'm taught to behave modestly, to keep my elbows, knees, and collarbone covered. I'm taught to help with the cooking and the keeping the house clean so that my brothers and my father can have a comfortable environment to learn Torah in. I get in trouble at school for wearing socks with flowers on them. One day, I'm stopped in the hallway by the principal, Mrs. Altine. She can see my undershirt is sticking out of the stiff uniform button-down. Go to the bathroom and take that dreck off. I hand the shirt to Mrs. Altine and watch her shove it into the trash among the wet paper towels. Once I turn 12, I am over this shit. It would be one thing if it was just school, but my family's a mess. I'm the 9th out of 10 siblings. See, the whole thing about the Hasidic community is that we're rebuilding the lost souls from the Holocaust, which, totally fair, but from the vantage point of the 9th out of 10 children, I think they might want to reconsider. Financially, emotionally, you name it. My parents cannot raise 10 children. They fight every day, literally every day. The sound of their shouting is more constant than the sunrise. I just want to get out of here, out of this house, out of this school, out of Crown Heights. But the only way I can leave my parents' home is to get married. So when Ita started talking to boys in secret, I was like, this is a great way to get a head start on the whole marriage thing. I don't even like boys, but I do it because Ita's doing it, so it feels safe. Our friendship is cemented in our shared secrets about boys, and we also skip school together. We go to the mall and try on clothes that we're not allowed to wear. We eat pretzels from Auntie Anne's and giggle about the non-kosher butter that it's soaked in. We spot cute boys and follow them around the mall. And we spend our babysitting money on the overpriced photo booth. Ita is the only one I trust. Sure, I'm friendly with some of the other girls at school, but they don't know about my secrets. They don't know about my dreams to escape. They don't know that I really want to wear jeans on a Saturday and have my shoulders kiss the sun. But Ita knows. She knows all about it. I'm 13, with a whole year of sins under my belt. Ita and I are getting a little bit reckless, skipping school more often than we can get away with. And one day in early April, our recklessness catches up to us. We're called to the principal's office over the loudspeaker. I walk down the empty hallway. Each step feels heavier than the last. When I get there, Ita is sitting in a purple chair with armrests, trapped in front of Mrs. Altine and Mrs. Jacobson.
What were you doing at the mall? You really think it's a good idea to be spending your time on this shtus? This kind of thing always leads to talking to boys and smoking cigarettes. Do you want to do those things?
I sit there simultaneously terrified and amused. Silly principles. We're already talking to boys. And we would never smoke cigarettes. My amusement is short-lived as I notice Ita isn't moving at all. Not a muscle, not an inch. I shrink into my seat and wait for it to be over. When my mom finds out, she tries to be nice about it. She takes me out for bagels. She's more concerned about how it reflects on her parenting than what it means for me to be a child who's missed 60% of their 7th grade year. I wonder how your friend is doing, she says. I bet her mom isn't as understanding as I am. She's right. Ita was sent to Florida to live with her sister and go to school and to be away from me and my influence. Nothing is the same. I stopped skipping school, feign interests and other friendships, but I don't let anyone get close. There's no point, I tell myself. She's the only one who understands me. We talk on the phone all the time, nourishing each other from afar. We reunite when we're 15. She returns to Brooklyn. She's been kicked out of the school in Florida for using a straightening iron on Shabbos. I drop out of school too, and together we start taking GED classes. Now that she's back, we're unstoppable. We sneak out of our houses at 3 a.m. just to take the subway to Times Square. We start arguments with religious men and sing in the streets. When I turn 18, we get matching tattoos of the coordinates of our houses. I abandon the idea that I need to get married to get out. I can do anything with Ita by my side. But it's harder than I imagined. We're both struggling to find our way. It shouldn't be this hard. We're together. Why isn't that enough for everything to be fixed? I'm 18, and I can't survive in the world by having only one friend. I begin to feel suffocated by our closeness. It makes me feel small, the way I used to feel when I was in school. It's like the gravitational force we shared can only exist if I don't expand. I don't quite understand this, but I start to unintentionally pull away from her and build relationships with other people. I'm 21 and things are looking okay. I got a job doing community organizing. I move out of my parents' house. I wear jeans on Saturdays. When Ita and I do spend time together, though, I feel like I'm not really there. Like my body is floating a few feet above itself, just enough to be out of her reach. But I would never say this to her. Outwardly, things are normal. We hang out all the time, go to the brunch and see movies, compare notes on dating. We help each other with our hair dye. We were out for drinks one day, sitting on the edge of our bar stools, when the truth comes out of her. She said, "I'm feeling sad that we aren't best friends anymore. We're just friends now." I instinctively deny it. There's no way I could exist without being intertwined with her. This girl is my life. But she's right. And a few months after that, she stops answering my texts. Today, I'm 27, and things are pretty good. I'm learning how to trust people, writing poetry about my childhood, planting flowers with friends. Ita and I have talked a few times, but we aren't exactly on speaking terms. We don't share secrets. There are moments when I'm so deeply saddened by this loss, when I sit on the ground and weep and heave, because words cannot describe how much I miss her. But I don't miss feeling small. I don't miss who I was inside of our relationship when it ended. Every day, the space between us gets bigger. My secret hope is that one day it gets big enough to hold who we were as children and to hold something new, who we are now. Thank you.